Hi, welcome back to Health Advocates Ask the Expert series, our monthly show about trending topics in healthcare. I'm your host, Courtney Preiser. In today's episode, we'll talk to Nancy Schreiner about addressing critical incidents in the workplace. Nancy has over 25 years' experience in employee assistance and leads critical incident response and training for Health Advocates Employee Assistance and Work-Life Program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What are some of the most common critical incidents or disruptive events that tend to occur to happen in the workplace?
The largest reason why we respond is due to an employee death. Whether it be a natural, someone who's been ill for some time, or an unexpected, a heart attack, something like that. But without a doubt, last year for 2016, 70% of the reason why we responded was due to an employee death.
Wow.
Following that, then certainly we respond for a number of other issues. It may be an armed robbery that has occurred for one of our retail or banks. We also have counselors on site frequently for a reduction in staffing or downsizing. And certainly to natural events that may occur, such as flooding, hurricanes, other things like that.
Sure, quite the gamut. So how can organizations both prepare and respond in the event of a critical incident?
Well, it's really important that leadership be prepared and plan for something like this.
Sure.
If it hasn't happened yet, it certainly will at some point. And at the time when these kinds of events occur, especially very traumatic ones, employees are looking to leadership for direction and support. It's important that they kind of acknowledge the event, share the information that they know and that they have freely with employees, because really facts can reduce fear for employees. Certainly we also encourage them to call and reach out to the EAP. We have a number of years of experience in providing this on-site response and advising and directing, and we're certainly there to consult with around those issues. Sometimes, an organization has never dealt with a particular issue before, so we can provide some of that direction and support.
So Health Advocate refers to this as disruptive event management, but I've also heard it called, critical incident response. What's the difference between the two?
Critical incident response is a term that was really developed in the early 80s, and it was much aligned with response for police, fire, dealing with trauma from the events that they respond to. And for many years, employee assistance programs also used that same terminology and sort of applied some of that same concept to our responses. But most recently, we've come up with the term of disruptive event management, which we really feel more broadly encompasses some of the reasons why we are on site. By example, it may be that we are asked to be on site because of an incident that occurs out of state or at a different location. The Orlando nightclub shooting, people maybe in New York were concerned because of the political events and the culture and what that event represented. So they wanted someone on site to support their team. They weren't directly impacted other than what they saw through the news media.
How is Health Advocates disruptive event management different than what else is in the industry right now?
Well, we like to think that we are best in the class, that we have a really first-class team of responders. We do have a number of years of experience in managing these, and all of our care managers who are licensed are trained to be able to respond to a critical incident and guide an organization and get them the services that they may need. We have standard operating procedure protocol that we all use and follow, and our affiliate counselors that go out and provide the on-site support are all licensed and trained and have been responding to numerous critical incidents throughout the years. These things can be very fluid. There's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all way of managing these. So our counselors are really able to adjust their needs and respond to that particular organization's issues and concerns.
Just be able to respond so quickly, I'm sure, is helpful in those situations. Well, this has been really great. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for tuning in. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media pages. Join us again next time for another episode of Health Advocates Ask the Experts.